You walk out to your car on a Monday morning, you turn the key, and nothing. Just that awful clicking sound. So you get a jump start, drive to work, everything seems fine. But the next morning, the exact same thing happens, dead again. You take it to the shop, they test the battery, they test the alternator, everything checks out. They tell you it's all good, but 2 days later, it's dead again. If this sounds familiar, you're not alone. This is one of the most common and most frustrating car problems in the world, and the cause has a name. It's called parasitic drain. Today we're going to explain exactly what it is, what causes it, and most importantly, how to find it and fix it yourself. Step by step. No expensive tools required. And here's what nobody tells you. Every single night you don't fix this, your battery is dying a little more. Subscribe and watch this to the end. This is the video you needed 6 dead batteries ago. What is parasitic drain? When you turn off your car and walk away, the engine stops, but the electrical system doesn't completely shut down. Your car's computer needs a tiny bit of power to remember its settings. The clock needs power to keep time. The alarm system stays active. The key fob receiver is always listening, waiting for your signal. This is completely normal. Every car does this. And the amount of electricity these systems use is tiny. We're talking about 20 to 50 milliamps. That's less than a small LED flashlight. At that level, a healthy battery can sit for weeks without any problem. But sometimes a component that should be sleeping stays awake. Maybe a light stays on inside your glove box. Maybe a door sensor thinks the door is open. Maybe an aftermarket accessory is wired directly to the battery with no off switch. Now, instead of 20 to 50 milliamps, your car is drawing 200, 300, or even 500 milliamps. That's 10 times more than normal. And that's parasitic drain, an invisible electrical leak that slowly bleeds your battery dry while your car sits parked. You can't see it, you can't hear it, but every hour, it's stealing a little more energy. At 100 milliamps or more, your battery can be dead in 1 to 3 days. At 500 or higher, it can be dead by morning. The 7 most common causes. Number 1, and the most common of all, is interior lights that don't turn off. A glove box light that stays on with the lid closed. A trunk light with a broken switch. A vanity mirror light on the sun visor that sticks. These tiny lights can draw 500 milliamps or more, enough to kill a battery in a single night. And you can't always see them from outside the car, which makes them incredibly sneaky. Number 2 is faulty door switches. Every car door has a small switch that tells the computer whether the door is open or closed. When this switch fails, the car thinks a door is still open, so it keeps the interior lights on, the chime active, and multiple computer modules awake. A quick way to check is to close all your doors and look at the dashboard. If it shows a door open when they're all shut, that's your problem. Number 3 is aftermarket accessories wired incorrectly. Dash cameras, aftermarket stereos, LED light bars, amplifiers, GPS units. If any of these are wired to a constant power source instead of a switched source, they draw power 24 hours a day. This is especially common with cheap dash cam installations that hardwire to a fuse that never turns off. Number 4 is a bad alternator diode. Your alternator has components called diodes that let electricity flow in one direction only. When a diode fails, it creates a pathway for electricity to flow backward from your battery through the alternator to ground, even when the car is completely off. The frustrating part is that the alternator can still charge normally while driving, so standard tests may show it as good. Number 5 is computer modules that won't go to sleep. Modern cars have 20 to 40 computer modules. After you turn off the engine, they're supposed to enter sleep mode within 10 to 45 minutes, but sometimes a module gets stuck in an active state. The body control module, the infotainment system, even the seat memory module. When this happens, it keeps drawing power as if the car were still running. Number 6 is stuck relays. Relays are electrical switches controlled by other switches. When a relay gets stuck in the on position, it keeps sending power to whatever circuit it controls. A stuck fuel pump relay, blower motor relay, or headlight relay can all cause significant drain. You can sometimes hear a stuck relay buzzing faintly under the dashboard when the car is off. And number 7 is corroded or damaged wiring. Corroded connections or damaged insulation can create short circuits that drain the battery. This is becoming more common because many manufacturers now use soy-based wire insulation that attracts rodents. If mice chew through your wiring, it can create unpredictable drains that are extremely difficult to track down. How to test for parasitic drain. Now for the part you've been waiting for, how to actually find the drain. You only need one tool, a digital multimeter. You can get a basic one for $15 to $30. Start by turning off everything in the car. Radio, lights, everything. Close all doors, the trunk, and the hood. Remove the key from the ignition. If you have a proximity key, move it at least 15 feet away from the car. Some vehicles keep systems awake if the fob is nearby. Now here's the step most people skip, and it's the step that matters most. You need to wait 30 to 60 minutes. Modern cars don't shut down instantly. The computer modules go through a shutdown sequence. Some take 10 minutes, others take 45 minutes. If you start testing before the car has fully gone to sleep, you'll get a high reading that looks like parasitic drain, but is actually just normal shutdown activity. This is the #1 reason people misdiagnose this problem. After waiting, set your multimeter to DC amps. Disconnect the negative battery cable, that's the black cable with the minus sign. Connect the red multimeter lead to the negative battery terminal, the post on the battery itself. Then, connect the black lead to the cable you just disconnected. You're placing the multimeter in series, so all current passes through it. Always test on the negative side. If you accidentally touch a wrench to the car body while working on the positive side, you'll create a dangerous short circuit. Now read the number. If it's between 20 and 50 milliamps, that's normal. No parasitic drain. If it's between 50 and 100, it's borderline and could kill the battery in 4 to 7 days. Anything above 100 milliamps confirms you have a parasitic drain. Above 500, something major is staying on, and the battery will be dead by morning. To find the exact source, locate your car's fuse boxes. Most cars have 2, one under the hood and one inside the cabin. With the multimeter still connected, pull out one fuse at a time and watch the reading. If it doesn't change, that circuit is clean. Put the fuse back and try the next one. When you pull a fuse and the reading drops significantly, you found the guilty circuit. The label on that fuse slot tells you which system it belongs to. One important note: on some modern cars, pulling a fuse can wake up computer modules and cause temporary spikes. If this happens, there's a better method. Set your multimeter to millivolts and touch the leads to both sides of each fuse while it's still in place. If a fuse shows 0 millivolts, that circuit is asleep. If it shows any reading at all, that circuit is live. This non-invasive method is what professional technicians prefer on newer vehicle. When to call a professional. Not every parasitic drain can be fixed in your driveway. If you've pulled every fuse and the drain doesn't change, it's probably coming from a circuit that bypasses the fuse box, like the alternator. If the test points to a complex module like the body control module or engine computer, you'll need specialized scan tools. If the drain is intermittent and comes and goes without a pattern, even experienced mechanics can spend hours tracking it down. And if you suspect rodent damage, the wiring problems are often hidden deep inside the harness. A professional electrical diagnostic typically costs $100 to $150. That's money well spent if it saves you from replacing batteries over and over. How to prevent parasitic drain. 5 simple habits can prevent this problem entirely. First, always unplug accessories before you leave the car. Phone chargers, USB devices, anything in the cigarette lighter. Second, double-check that all doors, the trunk, and the hood are fully closed and latched. Third, if you're adding any aftermarket accessory, make sure it's wired to a switched power source that turns off with the ignition. Fourth, if your car sits for more than a week at a time, invest in a battery maintainer, not a trickle charger, a smart maintainer that monitors voltage and charges only when needed. They cost $25 to $40 and extend battery life by years. And fifth, have your electrical system checked once a year, especially on cars older than 5 years. A quick draw test takes less than an hour and catches problems before they leave you stranded. Parasitic drain is one of those problems that can drive you crazy if you don't know what to look for. You keep replacing batteries. You keep getting jump starts. Mechanics keep telling you everything is fine, but now you know the truth. Something in your car is staying awake when it should be sleeping. And with a $20 multimeter and the steps we covered today, you can find it yourself. In our next video, we're covering how to choose the right battery for your car, including which types are worth the extra money and which are a complete waste. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss it. If this video saved you a trip to the mechanic, hit the like button. It helps more people find this information. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.